Come on, let's connect. Looks like everything's set up here. I can't tell here. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and set this up. YouTube, stand by as we go ahead and get. Looks like LinkedIn is not set up here. So we're gonna wait for LinkedIn to get caught up here because LinkedIn is not set up, and we don't want to lose that. Get that line out. We're gonna try one more time with LinkedIn. Looks like LinkedIn's not jumping in here. URL's not jumping. Not gonna wait for it. We'll go live next time with LinkedIn. Everything else is set up. So YouTube, welcome once again. Justin R. Harris here. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys already know what this is about. We're gonna go ahead and share and get everything all set up. So if you haven't already, with the business solution scenarios here, go ahead and go up in that corner. I think it's over here. And like and subscribe. Follow the Daily Drucker, business models, every single day, solutions solved, dropping these jewels on you guys, okay, when it comes to, you know, the major information, business scenarios solved. I mean, come on, you know what we do here. We get down to it. This isn't for rookies, all right? So jumping right in on this one because I don't want to waste any time. Let's just get right to it. This one is just exactly what you see. Set prices according to your customers. You can't make this stuff up. If you think that something is worth something, honestly, there's no way to tell if it is not according to what the customer will pay at the end of the line. Okay, it doesn't matter. All right, if you're trying to price in the other direction because you think something is worth something, you're going to be pricing backwards, trying to scale down, and that's where you're going to lose money. And I'm going to explain exactly what that means right here. So check it out. According to Peter Drucker, he says most American and European companies set their prices by adding up costs and then putting a profit margin on top, right? And then as soon as they have introduced a product or service, they have to start cutting the price. They have to redesign the product, and there's an enormous expense as a result, all right? They have to take losses and often have to drop a perfectly good product or service because it was priced incorrectly. Big mistake. All right, so what's the argument here? We have to recover our costs and make profit, right? But the only sound way to price is to start out with what the market is willing to pay and design that to the price specification. 2. All right, so think about that for a second. I'm going to circle back to that because I don't want to miss that. There's a point I want to cover. I'm going to come back to that, right? All right, so to start out with the price and then whittle down the cost is certainly more work initially, in the beginning. But in the end, it is much less work than to start out with wrong and then spend loss-making years bringing the costs into the line of where you need to be, right? To try to get where you're trying to get in the first place, right? Price-led costing is a typical American invention and over 100 years old, right? Because we perfected that. It gave General Electric, everyone knows GE, right? Okay, so it gave them the world leadership in electric generating stations way back in the early years of the 20th century. Now, when GE began to design turbines and transformers to price the customers the electric power companies could pay, they were designed from the price the customer could pay and was willing to pay, and so the customer could pay and then buy them. So think about it. When they designed it with the customer in mind and what they were willing to pay for the product. And then from there, scaled up instead of going in the opposite direction on what you wanted to price for and go backwards. That's what they're explaining here. All right, so this is not a long one. So what's the action point here? The action point is investigate your pricing practices. Okay, set prices according to customer realities and then form a team to help achieve a cost structure that will allow you to take the necessary profit at a present price, right? At a present price, basically at a solid preset price. From there, you scale up. It's much easier to scale business up than it is to overscale and end up going backwards, and you're going to lose a lot of money that way. That's really it. For some people, that was a simple thought. For some people, they already knew this, and for others, they completely lost. I hope you weren't lost. It really was not that difficult to understand, but it is a typical mistake when coming to an idea on what kind of product the customer needs, and then at the same time, what they're willing to spend, right? It's real easy nowadays because you can come up with something that already exists, look at what the going public is already paying for it, figure out the markup, and see if that markup allows you to make the profit that you need to make. There it is at the end of the day. Couldn't have explained that any more simple doing your homework. Thank you guys for tuning in. Check in tomorrow. Let's keep this party going. Later.